The another aspect and the another data which is more alarming, which is more dangerous, is that 98% accused are either family members, relatives, friends or neighbors. And therefore, in such a situation, a child victim who is subjected to sexual abuse, it is very difficult to withstand the social pressure, and in most of the cases our experience is that that victim turns hostile because of the family and social pressure. In that event, what is very important to record conviction and stop this is the scientific evidence, the other circumstantial evidence. And therefore, the idea to bring everybody under one roof, that every stakeholder, the education, the police, the health department, the R&B, everybody who is taking care, who is the stakeholder, should be under one roof so that we can identify the issues and solve the problems. I'll give a very small example, that when a child enters a school, her or his name is registered in admission register, we sometimes called as Dakhil Kharij register. A small overwriting in date of birth in that school register can give benefit to the accused if at later point of time that child is subjected to any sexual abuse. Likewise, as I said, that scientific evidence in cases of POCSO are very important. Now the government of India has come up with a complete protocol of DNA, how to procure a sample, how to keep a sample, in which temperature it is to be kept, what is the shelf life, what is to be taken care of. And there is a judgment of Supreme Court on that, if I correctly remember, authored by Honorable Justice Bela Trivedi. The entire chain, the time from where the sample was taken and how it travels to the FSL, and then how the report is prepared, this entire chain needs to be established meticulously. And even one break of chain anywhere ultimately gives benefit to the accused. A checklist can be prepared so that all these possibilities can be eradicated. These are very sensitive issues, because ultimately victim is a person about which the organizers have rightly given the name, that it is a conference for giving voice for the voiceless. So what my understanding is that in all these technical sessions where the experts and resource persons will address you, please feel free to tell you about your problems in your department which you are facing, and please interact with the resource persons, please interact with the other departments. I'll give a small example of a similar conference in my parent state. A young lady constable stood up in a session and she said that when we take the victim, the child with their parents after the sexual abuse to the hospital, we are required to wait for 5 hours, sometimes for 6 hours, because the doctor is busy elsewhere. And it is such a traumatic thing for that small child and their family members that sometimes the family members withdraw their consent for the medical checkup. We discussed it in the conference, and the head of the medical department stood up and he said that from Monday itself we will prepare a roster where in every hospital a dedicated doctor will be there, whose first responsibility will be to take care of and attend that child. So these are small things, but this makes a difference how we treat the child, how we give her an atmosphere, and how sensitive we are. And therefore I'll request all of you that when a file comes before you as a judge, or file comes before you in a FIR before a police station, or a file comes as a doctor before you, please remember that the word file and life has same letters, L-I-F-E and F-I-L-E, and every file has a life within it. And therefore this session was rightly called as Voice for Voiceless. I'll end with the request that everybody should deal this matter, these aspects, with utmost sensitivity. A poet said, अपना गम लेकर कहीं और न जाया जाए, अपना गम लेकर कहीं और न जाया जाए, घर में बिखरी हुई चीजों को सजाया जाए। घर से मस्जिद है बहुत दूर, चलो यूं कर लें, घर से मस्जिद है बहुत दूर, चलो यूं कर लें, किसी रोते हुए बच्चे को हंसाया जाए। टेक योर sorrow somewhere and don't let it be seen. Let's arrange these scattered things in the house. The place of worship is far from home. Let's take a walk. Let's make a crying child laugh. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my Lord, for the inspiring and thought-provoking special address on this occasion. May I now request Honorable Sri.A.Revanth Reddy Garu, the Chief Minister of Telangana State, to deliver special address. Sir, please.
Honorable Sri Justice Suryakanth, Judge, Supreme Court of India, and Executive Chairman, National Legal Services Authority, Honorable Sri Justice Sujay Paul, Acting Chief Justice, High Court of State of Telangana, and Patron-in-Chief, State Legal Services Authority. Respected members of Judiciary, senior police officers, women and child department officials, legal services experts, UNICEF, civil society and development partners. I welcome you to this state level conference. The theme, Voice for the Voiceless, is very important for our society. I congratulate the Telangana Police and other organizers for holding this conference. We must put child survivors at the center of our legal and moral framework in fighting this heinous crime against humanity. We have to protect our children from sexual abuse at any cost and with all means. My government gives top priority to the protection of children and women. Telangana Bharosa project has 29 centers. It provides police support, legal aid, medical assistance, and counseling in a friendly environment. Telangana pioneered child-friendly courts run by Hyderabad Bharosa Center. The goal is not just faster cases disposal, but total child protection and development. POCSO Act and Juvenile Justice Act are highly progressive instruments in our legal framework, but they come with problems. We must ensure procedure help child victims, not hurt them. We must also end child pornography and impose strict punishments. Social media abuse of children must also be treated without mercy for culprits. Our state government is fully ready to take all steps. We must ensure justice and compassion for children not only in courts but also at police station, child centers, and in every step of this process. I appeal to all of you, respected judges, police officers, CWCs, development partners, let us move forward with a shared mission. Justice is not just about conviction. It is about restoration, about dignity, and reclaiming childhood. Thank you. Jai Telangana.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable message and the steps being taken by the Telangana state government. It is time to hear our today's